Hillary Clinton and her supporters and surrogates are looking to shift the conversation away from the continuing controversy regarding her use of a private email server. Minnesota Senator Al Franken has been campaigning on her behalf in battleground states such as Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, three rather important ones to be sure, and he's referred to the content in her campaign's hacked emails as run of the mill. Senator Franken is on the Senate Judiciary Committee, which does have oversight over the FBI, and is good enough to join us this morning. Senator, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
6 days out first.
Right.
The state of the race to you is what?
I think it's going to be a close race. I'm a poster boy for close races. I won by 312 votes my first campaign, and so that's why I'm going around the country urging our people to get out. I've known Hillary for 23 years. She's the smartest, hardest working, toughest person I know, and I trust her to do the job of president.
Speaking of trust, her trustworthy numbers have sat at historically poor levels. Why do you think, and every time I speak to someone such as yourself, someone who's known her for a long time, they do say that about her. Why do you think then there's a disconnect between the Hillary Clinton you know and the Hillary Clinton that the electorate, the likely voters, believe they know?
I think there's a couple of things. One, and I've written about the right-wing media. I wrote a book called Rush Limbaugh is a Big Fat Idiot and Other Observations, and then I wrote a book called Lies and Lying Liars Who Tell Them, and those are about the right-wing machine that has been after her from the very beginning. I think she'll be the first to admit that she's not the retail campaigner that her husband or Barack Obama are. Although I have to say, and you said that probably everyone you know who knows her says this, she's fabulous in private. She's very funny. She's very present, and I know that she's someone who works very hard every day and is interested in policy, and I am too. That's what I do in the Senate. So when I say I trust her to do the job, I used to be in comedy, and being in the Senate, I've seen the presidency a little up closer than I thought I might when I was in comedy. And when a decision gets to the president, it's because only the president can make that decision. And the president has to draw from his, or hopefully her, depth and breadth of knowledge. And Hillary has that. And I trust her to be able to make those decisions wisely, and I don't trust Donald Trump at all.
The race has theoretically drawn ever closer with after news broke that James Comey, the FBI director, had sent that letter to Congress last Friday.
I'm not sure about the cause and effect of that, but
and while we can't be sure, it's if nothing else energized the Trump campaign, and it seems to have the Clinton campaign on the defensive, and states necessarily perhaps have gone historically blue. But I wonder, as somebody sitting on the Judiciary Committee, do you believe that Jim Comey put his thumb on the scale here?
I think he kind of did. I'm not sure that was his intention, but I don't understand it. He has not looked at this stuff. When he decided 11 days before an election to do it, it just seemed to be totally against policy, which is a 60-day rule. I just think he exercised very bad judgment.
Do you think he broke the law, as your colleague Senator Harry Reid believes perhaps he has?
I don't know that. I think he showed very bad judgment.
What impact do you think it's had?
I don't know. You know, I'm not a pundit. I'm a senator, and I think we'll know better 6 days from now. But you know, you could go any which way on this. I think it's intensified the determination by the Hillary people to get out there and turn out. So I saw something yesterday where polling the people who have voted early in Florida, that 28% of Republicans are crossing over and voting for Hillary. So I don't know if it's intensified that. And so fortunately, this isn't my job. You probably do have a lot of people on who are make their living as pundits. I make my living as a senator.
And so you make your living in part then governing alongside a president. What's your level of concern then, come November 9th, if Hillary Clinton wins, about her ability to effectively govern, considering what has been said by Jason Chaffetz as it regards continuing investigations, or what Senator Ted Cruz has said about the Supreme Court, that there's precedent for keeping the Supreme Court at 8 or fewer?
I think that's really a departure from our nation's values and practice. That's kind of crazy. I mean, if you're saying that we're not going to do that for 4 years, we're not going to bring up a Supreme Court justice nominee, and then Hillary wins re-election, they'll do it for 8. And then if a Republican wins, what are we supposed to do? And you cut to 2050, and Elena Kagan is the only justice, and she's in hospice, and she's going like, please, please get somebody else. It's insane.
Yeah.
And what Chaffetz is talking about, people don't want that. They want us to work together. They really do. And this is, I'm saying this as, again, someone whose job it is to try to move the country forward, to fix what's going on in the exchanges on the ACA, to make sure that people have access to mental health, to reform our criminal justice system, to get people jobs, transform our economy.
To do the job you were elected to do.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah. And that's what I think a great majority of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle want to do, and that's what we should do.
Very quickly, much was made of the GOP autopsy following 2012 about how the Republican Party needed to grow the tent. I wonder, regardless of what happens in 6 days, will there be a sort of bipartisan autopsy on the two-party system and perhaps how to heal what has been revealed to be something of a chasm, perhaps?
Well, I think there's something for everyone to look at, but I think that on the Republican side, they're going to have, I think no matter what the outcome, they're going to be looking at this and going like, "What happened?" But I'm hoping, and I believe there will be the outcome that's good for the country. You're that way.
No, you're a very busy man. 6 days out here, Senator Franken. Very much appreciate the time today.
My pleasure. Thank you.